Presenting a PharmaVOICE 100 featured video with Peter Anastasiou of Lundbeck. Welcome to the PharmaVOICE 100 one-on-one video series with Taryn Grohm.
Hi, Peter. It's so good to see you. Congratulations on being named a 2020 PharmaVOICE 100.
Thank you very much. Great seeing you too, Taryn, and thanks for the honor. I really appreciate it.
It's our pleasure, and thank you for joining us for our 24-hour celebration marathon.
Happy to be part of it.
You know, one of our questions this year was raising the bar, and you noted that raising the bar for you is really about collaboration and people, and that's the key to success. Please tell us why.
Yeah, well, of course, we work in a very complex industry, and the problems we're trying to solve are extremely complex as well. And they can't be solved by certainly any one individual or any one function. It requires all of us working together, whether it be commercial, R&D, supply chain. All of those functions have to come together to solve these really daunting challenges that affect patients' lives. And so it's critical that we all work together, and not just kind of superficially, but deeply, and have that understanding of what's at stake. And making sure that we are doing everything we can to be all in to solve these problems for patients.
Excellent. Another one of your passions is mentoring. As a 2019 HBA Honorable Mentor, what are some of the key tips to being a great mentor?
Well, I think first of all, for anybody who is thinking about mentoring or wants to mentor, to understand that it's a two-way street. You get something out of it every bit as much as you give. So of course, there's the benefits of mentoring and helping people, and it's the right thing to do to advance people's careers. But I get something out of it as well. I learned something about our business from talking to folks that I mentor that maybe I didn't know. I learned something about myself. I get a different perspective. So it really is a two-way street, and I think it's a justification or incentive to spend the time, because we're all busy. But if you know that you're not only going to give, but you're going to get, I think it's super critical. I think the other thing that's very important is to be specific about what the goal is for mentoring. And so is it about career growth? Is it about a certain technical competency? Is it just sharing your experiences? So being as clear about what the goal of the mentoring relationship is also pretty critical.
Does that mentoring relationship change over time in your career? So sometimes you're looking for one thing and other times you're looking for something else?
Yeah, absolutely. When I've had mentors, I've had a variety of different things. I'm looking to improve as a public speaker, or looking to understand someone's career path, and how they got into the role that they have, that I want to emulate that same career path. So it's different things. I mean, you can have different mentoring relationships, but also even within one relationship, that the purpose, that clarity of what you're trying to achieve can also evolve.
Excellent. And I also know that you're a champion for women in the workplace. Why is that important in today's world in terms of business and personally?
Yeah, well, let me start personally. As I mentioned during my HBA speech, I've been blessed to have very strong women that have shaped me, from my mother and my sisters, but also, you know, my wife and my daughters. They shape me just like I hopefully am shaping my daughters as well. They've all made me who I am. And so there's a personal connection that I want to make sure that my daughters, as an example, have an equal chance as my son to achieve their goals in life. But on the professional perspective, you know, it's good for business. It's good to have diverse perspectives, whether it be gender, whether it be race, whether it be all kinds of diversities. Back to the complex problems I was talking about before that we're trying to solve, and how we all need to come together. We need a whole lot of different perspectives around the table to solve these really complex issues. So gender equality is critical, but other forms of diversity are equally critical.
Excellent. And then finally, you shared a piece of personal information with us. One of your favorite things in your office is a signed baseball by Hank Aaron and Pete Rose. Please tell us why that is still significant to you.
Well, I have it here on my desk, so this is my baseball. It's significant because when I was a child, I had cancer when I was 3 years old. And I hardly remember any of it. But during that time, an uncle of mine had a relationship to Pete Rose, and so was able to give me this baseball. And I've carried that with me throughout my whole life as a memory as to what I went through, but also the fact that I'm lucky enough to still be here, and I got spared when so many other kids didn't. And so I need to make sure that I do the most that I can with my life that I've been given, the second chance on life that I've been given. And so it's a reminder every day that I need to make my life count in a way that impacts people positively.
Peter, thank you so much for sharing that personal story and your insights on mentoring and the importance of diversity. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Taryn. I really appreciate it.
For more PharmaVoice 100 content, visit www.pharmavoice100.com.